basically this is outlining my Y150 build. The frame itself, run of the mill, straightforward. There's already a preview on my channel of this frame, so I won't go into too much detail of that. There is also a video on my channel of this, which is the awesome youbi-VX F3 flight controller with a switchable VTX and 4-in-1 20 amp BL Heli SE involved. (1306) or RS 1306 Emax red bottoms, 3300 kV, give me the scope to run quite aggressive pitched 3-inch props like the 3035s, 3045s from Dow, and I'm going to be giving the Taro 3031s. They are 3051s, I believe. So the only other things in the list is a Runcam Swift 2, a FreeSky XSR for SBus input, and a little pigtail that will attach to the back of the frame, and I'm going to direct solder onto here rather than add the SMA. With that, I'm going to get on with the build, and I'll run the camera key stages for it. Okay, quick update. Motors are mounted, flight stack. I've got these vibration isolation dampener. I think they're M3 by 7 by something or other. M3 by 7 by 6. So 7mm on here and 6mm on the thread, and M3. I've isolated them with nylon washers, although they look to be isolated. I haven't tested them with a multimeter, but I'd rather be on the safe side in case they can press down and short and stuff. The stack will mount obviously on, which brings me to a little hurdle, as you may see with these wires here. With the 1306, they were a bit stingy with the wire on them, unlike most of the other motors, so I'm going to have to put a bit of extension on, but that's no problem. So I'm just going to put a bit of extension on those, easy to do. I've made the top plate stack. I've reinforced it with a column, or I think it's an M3 by 35mm pillar. So I'll just mock this up quick. I've broken all the edges on the carbon fibre frame where it matters, specifically where I'm going to put the battery strap and where the XT60 is going to mount. Let's just mock this up quick. So that's roughly about what we're looking at. It looks to me like the 30 by 30mm stack will fit slightly up, so there's plenty of space in here for the other parts. Depending how it looks, if the SMA sits up in here for the VTX, I might just direct solder it and wallow this out a bit, depending, or even get rid of it totally and maybe 3D print something up here to hold a buzzer and whatever else. Well, that's yet to be decided, so that's progress mode so far. On to extending these, get that wired in, and then figure out the rest of the wiring. I might have to put the camera in early on because it obviously sits in here, but then again just slacking off those 2 screws to give it enough space to sit in, but we shall see. So not much progress has been made. What I've got to do, I've got nylon standoffs under here to because I haven't got any M3 screws, and I've got loads of M3s, but none stubby enough to fit in the recess of this vibration dampener. With the plate on, with the stack in, it's fouling just on the USB port. I could file it out, but yeah, that's a bit awkward. So what I'm going to do is put the nylon on the other side, but diligence. I've got a multimeter here on continuity, so just making sure there's no continuity on there, and there isn't. So with that, a screw and a nylon washer underneath to give the thread the right length, and straight into the top. So that should not cause any problems with any electrical circuit running through the frame from these standoffs. So just go around and do the others. Yeah, it protrudes a little bit more, but I'm going to have silicone mats on here and stuff for the battery. One other little hiccup. Okay, so once that problem's solved with the USB on the side of the frame, it's all going to be very nice and tidy and tight tolerance and everything. But what I had intended was to put one of these on as a extension instead of this. However, there's no space whatsoever. On the back of these, they're the crimp sort, so you've got about 10, maybe 10 to 13 mil, and then you've got 3-4 mil, say 15 mil in total you've got to clear. So I don't know if you can get an idea off there. So if that's in there, this is coming down to about here, so that's not going to work. What else isn't going to work is have this in at an angle or something. So I think what I'm going to do is take this plate, I'm going to file it out flush and take mill a bit out of this top plate, and then just have this in there, and secure the clover leaf with a cable tie to stop any damage translating through to this on the board. It's not how I wanted to do it, but I think it's the only way that it's going to work. So you've got to work the problem. Moving on. Everything's wired in. Motors attached. Had to extend the wires, all routed and so forth. VTX, everything that's ready to go in, like so. Probably need to jangle the wires about a little bit. Just got to route the motor signals from the flight controller to the 4-in-1 ESC. Attach a receiver on here. I believe this one is SBus on the 5th pin. RC3 would it be? Anyway, that's UART 3 I think, and UART 1 and 2 are over here. So it'd be SBus on UART 3. I'll run UART 1 or 2, maybe probably 2, to the XSR for telemetry. However, I was going to stick a Runcam Swift 2 in it because it hasn't got an OSD on the flight controller. However, the frame's a little bit too wide for this, so I believe it's probably built for XAT 600 or maybe some other variant, but there's no way even the alternative case is too wide to fit in there. I think the little nubs on the XAT 600, maybe Runcam Swift 1, would recess in here, but I don't have anything like that at the moment. I have one in my I have one in this, but it's staying in there, so I think I'm going to have to order one for the time being and leave it as it is. I have had to customise this. I've extended the hole out into this shape. This is the only way I could think of doing it. But it looks like it's going to work. The tolerances are quite tight, as you see, but we wouldn't have it any other way. I've filed ever so slightly on this just to give it a bit of clearance on the USB port. This can go down a little bit more in a bit. However, that will take a antenna like so. So all in all, other than having a receiver in here at some point and a camera stuck on the front, that's pretty much done. It must be the most compact build I've ever done. I'm quite happy with it so far, other than the hurdles you come across, but that's the nature of it. I'll either heat shrink these wires to the arm, or I might wrap strap them or cable tie them and put the antennas out from them for the XSR. I'm going to mount the battery underneath. Somewhere kicking around I've got one of those 3K carbon protection plates with a foam on to have the battery sat under. I've left a fair bit of cable on the XT60, but I'm going to cable tie it up here, and I may see about reinforcing this somehow, or maybe put a 45° on it, or God forbid, maybe a rubber ducky, so if it takes a hit it will just fold back on itself. But other than that, I think we're doing quite well. Might be a little while before an update, got to get a camera, but moving along nicely. Be a good one for the fleet. Little update, done a little bit more on this. What I've done is, before I had the wires coming in and stealthed on the inside, but obviously there's a VTX and stuff on the top board and limited space, so what I've had to do is route the ESC wires from the outside. We're not going to encroach on the propellers or anything like that. It's a little bit untidy, but for now it'll be functional, and I'll tidy it up a little bit after it's all fine and flying. Obviously the Runcam Swift 2 that I had planned to go in here won't fit. I've ordered an XAT 600 and a wide angle lens. Just got to wire the receiver in, the telemetry port, and maybe put a buzzer in. Well, I should put a buzzer in. It's very wise too, isn't it? So that's a little update. Gonna crack on a little bit while I still got some time. Together, waiting on the camera. Package from quadcopters, woohoo! Just got to move this receiver to the underside once everything's sorted. Plug the camera into that little slot there. I think I've got to make up a custom cable for it, because that's a 4-pin. Let's have a look. Oh, thank you, quadcopters. Oh, that's about right. Sick of this. I got a 2.1 lens, that's all I had in stock, but that'll do to tide me over until I get a 2.5. Got this is an XAT 600. Yeah, that'll do fine for now. Oh, woohoo! Can do a bit more on it now. This is the final product. I've got a battery sat in here. I'm unsure about this battery protection plate, but for the Maiden and so forth I'm going to run it. I know it's added weight, but just to make sure nothing goes awry, going to keep it on. Swapped out for a black Pagoda. Got the XAT 600 with a 2.1mm lens on there. about 45 degrees angle. Move it from pretty much a level to just beyond 45 degrees. Catfish antenna whiskers on the side, just keeping them out of the way. Cable tied with wiring up at the back. Well, there's a buzzer on there. What else to say, really? 30-35 racer stars on there for the time being. Dirt cheap, quite durable, and so forth. I think I'll be running 800 mAh batteries on it. Could be a little bit less, but I think I'll get about 5 minutes flight out of these. Just whizzing around, 3 minutes caning the hell out of them. So with that, I'll bring the Maiden up. Hope you had a bit of insight into what went into this build and the little hurdles and so forth. It was a challenge, but very much worth it so far, and I very much look forward to flying it, and they're giving it what for. Y150 complete with a big tuner pad on it. Up here, real crap weather for it, but never mind. We got a weekend full of rain and stuff, so I want to get it made and have a bit of fun with it. So this is it. Yeah, give it its Maiden, go straight to 4S, might as well. in for Airmode. Second battery of a Maiden before it absolutely pisses it down. So, there we go. That'll do. 3 minutes cane it around.
14.7 volts, 2 minutes.
Very happy with that.
48.
So I can get home before I get cut off.